In the wake of recent massacres, America has been asking itself searching questions about its apparent addiction to guns. There are now so many tragic mass shootings, they actually air public information films telling you how to survive. I'm not making this up.
It may feel like just another day at the office, but occasionally, life feels more like an action movie than reality.
This helpful video, which looks a bit like the most harrowing episode of The American Office ever made, teaches you how to react if a man with a shotgun goes berserk in your workplace. Apparently you should run. If you can't run, you should hide. And if you can't hide, well...
And commit to taking the shooter down, no matter what.
Disgraceful. Look at that. There's 4 of them and only 1 of him. Cowards! Looking at this, it's little wonder the calls for tighter gun controls are growing louder. Well, they have to be loud to be heard over the constant sound of gunfire and screaming. It's a hot-button issue that's livened up Piers Morgan's CNN show considerably as pro-gun guests turn up to shout at him.
And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.
The whole thing's become a sort of interactive game show where the viewer has to decide who the biggest is. I don't know, is it the shouty or the slimy? I just don't know. This week, thousands marched on Washington to call for stricter gun control.
We will not step back!
I wish you would. I can hear you from here, and I'm in Britain. But gun control faces an uphill struggle because some sections of US society seem to love guns more than their own children, and they feel under threat. If only gun owners had some means of defending themselves. Fox News did their bit for trigger lovers with a QVC-style rundown of some of the most popular killing machines on the market, showcased by a hot markswoman, seen here demonstrating the type of gun used in the Sandy Hook massacre.
Probably one of the most popular rifles in the US right now, thanks to all the media attention.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know that the media coverage has made it popular with everyone.
Everyone says it's so big and scary, but that's simply... These are cosmetic features that have no bearing on the firearms functions at all. Although, just to be clear, those firearms functions will kill you. My 5-year-old nephew harvested his first deer about a month ago with my competition rifle, and he was able to make this fit him. There you go. So simple a child could use it, but not outrun it. Still, the young guns do start young in the US, and their guns aren't quite so cosmetically terrifying as 5 News graphically demonstrated.
This one is Pinky. It's my pink 22 AR-15. And then this one is Pinkalicious, my pink 22 chambered pistol.
But not all kids like guns. In emotive scenes on CNN, Obama announced his plans for gun control, flanked by children who'd contacted him to ask him to do something.
You know, in the letter that Julia wrote me, she said, "I know that laws have to be passed by Congress, but I beg you to try very hard." Julia, I will try very hard.
Oh, brave move, resurrecting the Jim will fix it format in this day and age. The National Rifle Association also uses kids in the row, as in this bullish advert accusing Obama of hypocrisy because his children have armed guards.
Are the president's kids more important than yours?
Yeah. Charismatic NRA spokesman Wayne LaPierre also did his bit in a startling speech in which he claimed the only way to stop gun massacres in schools was to put more guns in schools because...
The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
So what you're saying is, when the bad guy turns the gun on himself, he becomes a good guy and dies a hero. He also blamed old computer games.
Vicious, violent video games with names like Bulletstorm, Grand Theft Auto, Mortal Kombat, and Splatterhouse. Although for some reason this NRA spokes failed to mention certain games which had the news exercising their right to be up in arms.
The National Rifle Association has taken the controversial step of launching its own video game.
Yes, NRA Practice Range is intended to teach youngsters to shoot, and it's not the only NRA game. A few years back they released this, NRA Varmint Hunter, which encourages the player to bravely murder unarmed critters like a big brave hero. Quick, it poses no threat, kill it! Hero!